Well, everybody is on pins and needles across the country, particularly those teams who are in the running for LeBron James. You ready to go, LeBron? Where's the powder?
Left it at home. I left.
So what's new? What's been going on with you this summer?
Man, this whole free agent experience, I'm looking forward to it.
What have you thought about this process?
This process has been everything I've thought and more, you know, and that's what I did a few years ago. I put myself in a position to have this process where I can hear teams' pitches and figure out what was the best possible chance for me to ultimately win and to ultimately be happy.
You were able to be recruited because you went straight to the NBA from high school. So have you enjoyed this recruiting process now?
Well, I have enjoyed it. And, you know, I want to thank all 6 teams that I had an opportunity to sit down with and hear what they had to say. And my team, they hear what we had to say also. It's been an unbelievable experience, a real humbling experience to be in this position.
What did you expect? Because we've seen 30-foot billboards. We've seen teams clear out all kinds of cap space. We have seen cartoons made about you and for you in part of their pitch. President Obama, for crying out loud, 7 times has commented that he'd like to see you go to Chicago. What did you expect from this process?
Well, certain things like that is one thing you can't control, but I expected to be able to go through this process, be able to sit down with my team and sit across from other teams and hear how they felt with me being a part of their team could help them win and could ultimately help others win. And the process was everything I expected and more. And like I said before, I just thank all those teams to come to Cleveland and us have those interviews and us have that process. It was everything I've ever expected and more.
How many people know your decision right now?
Not many. It's a very, very small number, and I probably could count it on my fingers.
One hand or 2 hands?
Let's say 1.
When did you decide?
I think I decided this morning. I mean, I decided this morning. I went day to day on, you know, I wake up one morning as this team, I wake up another morning as this team, and you know, it was a process that, you know, I felt that was going to happen, where, you know, I may feel like this is the best opportunity for me or it's not the best opportunity for me. But this morning, I woke up, I had a great conversation with my mom, and, you know, once I had that conversation with her, I think I was set.
So the last time you changed your mind was yesterday?
The last time I changed my mind was probably in my dreams. And when I woke up this morning, I knew it was the right decision.
So does the team that you're going to, that you'll announce in a few minutes, do they know your decision?
They just found out.
They just found out.
Yeah.
So the other 5 on pins and needles, they don't know. They'll be listening to this.
Right.
Who in this process, LeBron, have you taken advice from, and who has had the biggest influence?
I've taken a lot of advice from my friends and family. My agent, Leon Rose, has been great. A lot of people that I, excuse me, that I look towards in a time of need or for advice. And, you know, but ultimately they looked at me and said that you ultimately have to live with your decision that you're going to make. And you have to do what's best for you, for your family, and for you to ultimately be happy. What
was the major factor, the major reason in your decision?
I think the major factor and the major reason in my decision was the best opportunity for me to win, and to win now, and to win into the future also. You know, and winning is a huge thing for me, Jim. You know, ever since, I mean, I was a rookie or even in high school, and we always talked, you know, that was the #1 thing for me, help my teammates get better and just wanting to win. And I've done some great things in my 7 years, and I want to continue to do that.
How deep of an evaluation do you have to do to go through that, to figure out tomorrow, next year, and beyond that equation, that winning?
Well, one thing you can't control is you never know. You never know. You want to put yourself in a position where you feel that it's the best opportunity. But saying I can win a championship next year or saying I can win it the year after, those are things that you don't know until you go out there and actually play the game. But you have to put yourself in the right position to be able to compete and also accomplish the goals that you set out for.
Do you have any doubts about your decision?
No, I don't have any doubts at all.
Would you like to sleep on it a little longer, or are you ready to make this decision?
No, I've slept enough, or the lack of sleep.
You still a nail biter?
I have a little bit, not of late.
We've had everybody else biting their nails, so I guess it's time for them to stop chewing. The answer to the question everybody wants to know. LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat. That was the conclusion you woke up with this morning.
That was the conclusion I woke up with this morning.
Why?
Like I said before, I feel like it's going to give me the best opportunity to win and to win for multiple years. And not only just to win in the regular season or just to win 5 games in a row or 3 games in a row. I want to be able to win championships, and I feel like I can compete down there.
Was it always in your plan to go and play with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh?
Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. To say it was always in my plans, I can't say it was always in my plans because I never thought it was possible. But the things that the Miami Heat franchise have done to be able to free up cap space and to be able to put themselves in a position this summer to have all 3 of us, you know, it was hard to turn down. I mean, you know, those are 2 great players, 2 of the greatest players that we have in this game today. And, you know, you add me, we're going to be a really good team.
The 3 of you will share now the spotlight and the limelight. And in many ways, you're going to Dwayne Wade's team. He's been in Miami. He's won a championship. How do you think you'll be able to fit in and possibly not be the headliner all the time?
Well, for me, it's not about sharing. You know, it's about everybody having their own spotlight and then just doing what's best for the team. You know, at this point, D. Wade he's the unselfish guy here. To be able to have Chris Bosh and then LeBron James to welcome us to his team, it's not about an individual here. Because if that was the case, D. Wade wouldn't have asked us to join him, or we wouldn't have asked him if it was okay to come down there. It's not about individuals. It's about a team, and that's what this game is about.
How do you explain this to the people in Cleveland?
I mean, it's heartfelt for me. You know, it's hard to explain, but at the same time, my heart in the 7 years that I've gave to that franchise, to that city, was everything. I mean, those 20,000 plus fans that came out every night we played, and they seen me grow from an 18-year-old kid to a 25-year-old man. And I never wanted to leave Cleveland. And my heart will always be around that area. But I also felt like this is the greatest challenge for me is to move on.
What was the major reason for leaving the Cavaliers?
Well, I don't even see it as it's not like leaving Cleveland is the whole logistic of it. It's about joining forces with the other 2 guys that I feel like I respect their game the most, and I feel like we have a great chance of winning and winning for multiple years. Like I said before, this is a very emotional time for me. I know it's emotional for the fans and also for the area. And if it was the perfect award, I would have loved to stay. You know, because I've done so many great things for that team. They've done so many great things for me. But I feel like it's time to change.
What do you think will be the fans' reaction back there, and will you still live in Akron?
I'm not sure. You know, they can have mixed emotions, of course. There's going to be a lot of emotions not understanding why. And then you're going to have the real friends that love me for who I am. But for me, being from Akron, Ohio, and loving Akron, Ohio, it's always home for me. I'm going to still live there. I'm going to always be home. And Akron, Ohio was always home to me in that area.
Eric Spoelstra is the coach. Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh said that he will be the coach. Have you been told that he will be your coach, or has Pat Riley in your meetings indicated that he might come back to the bench?
No, Eric Spoelstra will be the coach, and you know, that's what, you know, Pat said that, and Eric is a great young coach. He has a great mentor in Pat. I mean, if you need something to bounce off, he has a great person to go to because Pat has been through everything. He's been from to the highest level to the lowest level, so he knows everything about it. But I respect Eric, and I respect you know, the coaching staff. I respect Coach Spoelstra and everything that he's going to do and try to put us in the right position to win this, win it all. Ever
want to go through this again?
This is tough. It's very tough because you feel like you let a lot of people down. You've raised a lot of people's expectations also, but it was a tough decision because I know how loyal I am. And one thing my mother told me when I was going through this process and what ultimately helped me make my decision is you have to do what's best for you and what's going to make you happy at the end of the day, because no one can live with the consequences or anything that comes with your decision besides you. And once I heard that from my mother, the person that I always look to for guidance, it was easy.
You told me that she had a major influence when you called her this morning. You didn't believe the reaction she would have would be the one that you got. Can you share what she said to you this morning?
Well, absolutely. Like I said, when I called my mother, I thought I would hear a different reaction. But when her reaction was it was a great move because she felt it was going to ultimately make me happy. It wasn't about being in Miami. It wasn't about playing alongside Chris and playing alongside Dwayne, who she believed are two great basketball players because she loved the game, but she felt it was going to make me happy. And when I heard that from my mother, it was like it was the relief that I was looking for throughout this whole process.